feel my videos are getting edited better and better. Progressively, each video is better than the last. It has taken a lot out of me to be online and doing the research and learning how to edit videos and teaching myself without, you know, any help or any instruction. Please smash that like button if you like it, because it helps this channel out, and also like it gives me a little bit of gratification that I'm spending this much effort on putting together a video and someone liked it. Just so you know what's happening in that video right there, the car is on some tires that are 11 years old on the rears, and I have 2 brand new front. And then I have these 2 brand new rear tires that I want to put on it really bad. So I just really needed to go outside and smoke those rear tires off real quick so that I feel better about putting the new ones on. Again, please like the video. If you don't like it, comment and tell me why you don't like it so I can learn. And here's the rest of the build progression on this car. So start off with, we got the bumper coated in a little bit of paint so it doesn't stick out like a sore thumb. Looks really good from a distance. And yesterday it was nice and cloudy, and like I could survive out here. So I spent a long time scrubbing these water spots off the side of this car. Spent probably 3 hours or so. It was very tedious. If I had the skills to buff it off, I would, but instead I've got to rub it all off by hand, which sucks. It's a lot of labor, but it's coming along a lot nicer. Look at how much shinier it is next to the water spots. What else did I get done? All right, sorry for the no shirt. We are taking advantage of the good weather. I got Kevin over here helping me scrub more water spots off. He's doing a fantastic job, and I am working on this project. So on every S13 I get, I like pulling the hub off, ripping this disc brake dust shield out. So less unsprung weight. It's easier to reach tools in here when you're doing emergency repairs at the track. While I'm in here, I get to put in a new caster arm right here. So it's adjustable later on someday when this car goes to an alignment rack. And there's a lot of play in here because this is a 30-year-old rubber bushing that's all nuked out. And this is a Heim joint. So the alignment will be a lot more stable while hard driving and drifting and stuff. So, and then we also get to paint the caliper red so it kind of pops a little bit better, and pressure wash and scrub everything down in here. I wanted to do TN coilovers today, but I don't have them here. So for now, what we have are these Megan Racing springs that are extremely soft. Let me show you. That's very, very soft in my opinion, that I can squeeze it and actually see it move. Car's pretty spongy. These struts are pretty much blown out, I think, or very close to it. Those are clearly factory original. So yeah, knocking that all out right now. We got step 1 done. We're gonna move to step 2, then step 3, and maybe I can even have TNs here by the end of the day. Just one more quick explanation. This is a Heim joint. It's like a ball bearing situation. There's no play in it. This is a rotted out piece of rubber that's 30 years old that has all these stress cracks in it and stuff. It wanders and shit. That's our biggest advantage, is that the alignment's not going to change as much while driving. The second one is if I ever go on an alignment rack, there's adjustability for caster there. That's it. Putting this on the car right now. There it is, all torn. There we go. I'm gonna hopefully get some TN coilovers in here too today. Ooh, that's dirty and gross and goopy. Gross. By the way, I'm putting my 4-lug hub back on right now. I don't know if I'm gonna regret it, because I might go and buy new 5-lug hubs from O'Reilly. Right now I have all the brake discs here to do it. I just need hubs. For now I'm gonna pop these on, even though I might have to take them off real soon to put 5-lug on, just because finding 4-lug wheels that are nice is like a pretty difficult task. That's the only reason I would switch. So we're gonna use these for now, but 5-lug probably coming soon, just because there's no good 4-lug wheels in the market. Here's a little bit of progression of getting the water spots off. This is what brakes look like with the dust shield back there, and the caliper all dirty and not painted. This is what it looks like with the dust shield removed. It's a lot more open, a lot more race car feely, easier to fit tools in there when you're doing emergency repairs at the track. Red caliper, and then there's the caster arm right in there to stiffen it up or make the steering alignment a little bit more consistent while you're driving it, and add some adjustability for when it goes to the alignment rack. Got some rags drying off. Just trying to get out of the sun a little bit. So I've only got one corner done, and I'm debating which corner I want to take next for the brakes. Probably the front, so I can knock out that caster arm. Alrighty, again, super happy with how the car is starting to look a lot more like a car. I got the jack under there. I'm about to do the other caster arm and brake caliper and brake shield. Let me get to it. So I'm doing something, and it was really it's good. It confirms that what I'm doing is going to make the car better. I am ripping lug nuts off, and the car is partially jacked up with the tire barely dragging the ground. And as I was pushing in here, let me zoom you in a bunch more. I could, it's hard to do this with only one hand, but I can actually watch that bushing on the caster arm move and float about as I am trying to rip off my lug nut here, which means that when I put the other caster arm on and I take it for a test drive, it should drive a lot cooler. Alrighty, I got my gloves on, and this is actually a really prime example. So to pull these caster arms out, it's 1 bolt up front and then 2 nuts on the bottom of the LCA. Let me zoom you out real quick too. A very prime example of what I was talking about a little bit earlier. See that blowout? This thing moved so much in there. See all these little tiny lacerations in there? Let me see if I can zoom you in. That's just blown out, and it's not doing its job. So moving to this adjustable arm with that Heim joint instead of this huge rubber bushing that's blown out is going to drastically change how this car drives. Much more controllable. All right, there we go. I present to you Chinese caster arms that do a surprisingly good job. And I present to you trash. Alright, so usually the easiest way to do this, on Miatas, I like cutting these with tin snips and then chiseling away the rest and pulling them off. On S chassis, I prefer to pull the whole hub off and then to bop it with a hammer a couple times. Bam, disc brake dust shield off. Way more room to look in there, examine for damage, highlight the cool wheels you put on, reach tools in there that do emergency repairs of the track. I'm gonna paint that red and pop it all back together and go for a test drive, I think. But I don't think I'll get to film the test drive tonight because it's starting to get dark. There's a GTO. I don't know if I've shown you guys that thing at all yet. It's pretty cool. If I ever do a drift week again, I imagine I'll do it in that car because it's just a fucking bulletproof tank. Oh, here's a Camaro. Alrighty, so I was having a little bit of trouble remembering what sr20 is supposed to feel like in second gear. As I was driving this car around, I was wondering if it felt like it was a little low on torque. So I came over to my aunt's house where I'm storing the drift week car. This is just an interesting shot right here, by the way. I'm gonna pause what I'm saying and just give it a good little wrap around. What an interesting shot. Both sr20 S13s in black. This one's an SR. It usually rips. Sometimes it has a bit of an exhaust leak at the downpipe and at the T2 flange on the turbo. Other than that, it really doesn't give me any issues. all the suspension bushings, I think, are getting to be pretty worn out on this one. And yeah, I'm gonna go rip this one, maybe run it through a drive-through car wash if I feel like it, and just make sure the gas don't go bad in it and the battery doesn't die from sitting so long. It's just been such a long time. I would really like to raffle this car off somehow, and I'm working on getting a website made to help me with that in the future, and I hope that there's a chance some of you guys, my viewers, could be a part of that. Shout out to Link ECUs, by the way. Thank you, Justin, for the sticker. Hey guys, so I'm in the Drift Week car. There's my cage. So it's on, I believe, K-Sport coilovers, with very, very high spring rate, which means that the springs are very firm. Holy shit, I just got so acclimated to driving the other car with such soft springs and brakes that need to be bled and stuff, and I got in this with really, really tight brakes and really firm springs, and just did a burnout, and I was like, oh my god. Woohoo! Alrighty, yeah. So I'm gonna go rip this thing around and recalibrate my butt dyno for what an SR20 should be feeling like, and then that's gonna give me a better insight as to if I'm a little bit low on power on the other car. Yeah, this thing's brutal. It definitely will rip second gear, and I do believe that the T2 flange is even leaking on it. So I am gonna go and get the other car, and I'm gonna set it up, bring it to the exact same spot, and see about how much less torque that it's making. I assume that it's a timing adjustment where this car probably has about 17-ish degrees of timing or 19 degrees of base timing, and the other car is looking at below 15. I hope that that's what it is.
It's right around the corner at 4570 South Qualified.
Thank you, Sleepy Joe. All right, guys, I got exciting news. So after driving in my Drift Week car and realizing it had a fuckload more torque, I went home and I got the timing light out, and I shocked my hand like 30 times dealing with the timing light. Checked the timing on this. It was at least 10 degrees retarded on base timing. It didn't idle as cleanly as I wanted to. Sometimes it would die at a stoplight. It's not really doing that now. I just won my first street race in it. I just whooped some dude's ass in some kind of a turbo neon thing that just happened to be on my way to the gas station. I'm filling it up with gas right now. I'm actually tripping over gas prices. $4.15 for gas is actually too much. But it fucking rips. I'm about to go and take it for a quick spin right now after I check tires and test if it will drift in second gear and third gear now, which I am sure it will, because when I pulled out onto the street, it fucking roasted the tires. So great news on this car. It's making way more power. So yeah, let me get a certified ripper. It ripped second gear, blew the tires off, ripped third gear. Cool. We have at least stock SR20 power, maybe a tiny bit more, which is great. Unfortunately, I think I'm buying new tires. Hey there, do me a favor and take 1 extra second to like this video if you liked the content of the video. Thank you very much. Later.